Three, two, one. We are back. Ladies and gentlemen, with the Click to Close podcast. My name is Travis Halverson, joined by
Preston Guyton.
Guyton. Are we
buddy?
getting new melon hats? Did you see the one I emailed you?
Yeah.
I know you probably
We're getting
hated
easy
that.
melons.
I know. Did you see? So Jen sent me that form for swag, and then down at the bottom I put melon hats question mark.
Yeah, easy melons. Yeah, I'm gonna work on it.
Dude, these hats would be sick as melon hats.
I know,
Easy would
it's
be
coming.
so cool.
Easy melon.
No, yeah, I was just laughing about that. But you saw that one that I sent you. That was perfect color. I know. I was like, Preston, this is nice. I was like, I don't know why I get these as emails now.
Yeah.
And dude,
They
it's actually really dangerous how easy it is to buy a hat.
Yeah.
It took me 2 clicks.
Yeah.
And I had one purchased, and it was already on its way. And I was like,
Dude, their
that's-
marketing is
that's
freaking phenomenal.
It's dangerous.
Yeah, that's I talk about that, like interruption marketing is kind of what that is, right? Where it just throws it in your face and you'll blindly just like spend $100 or $80. You know what I mean? Just like,
yeah.
But that's why, like with a house, and I don't, with advertising, we could do it with easy home searches, like searching, but like when you're advertising houses and stuff like that, it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense because nobody's going to blindly click on and buy
Purchase,
a house. Yeah.
buy this now.
But yeah, that's they crush it, man. Melon, their marketing team's freaking phenomenal.
This is how bad it was, man. I think it was Sunday night, and I was.
Did you buy one?
Yeah, no, it was bad. It was Sunday
many
night.
did you buy?
Sunday night, I was using the restroom, and I was sitting there on my phone, and I was looking at my phone, and it said like, "Oh, you have until midnight to purchase this hat to get a free carry-on case for your hats." And I was like, I told Ryan I'd buy him a hat for Christmas, so I sent him the damn hat, but it literally was 2 clicks. I literally clicked the hat, and it was on its way.
That's funny.
And he's like, I don't think these hats will look good on my head. I'm like, it's like, you have a big head. What do you mean? You're fine. I was like, if you haven't met Michael before.
Yeah,
Michael's like, these hats are fine for me. But no, it was just dangerous how fast and easy it was for me to buy those. I'm like, next hat comes out, I'm purchasing this thing so easily.
Yeah, they're sweet.
Then I got my lunchbox that I carry on with me everywhere.
Slide it on you. I was checking in. It was Southwest, and it's like 2 items, and the hat was on top of my carry-on. And he's like, "Is that a medical device?" I'm like, "Yes."
Yes. Yes, this is.
He goes, "Well, if it's a medical device, you could bring it on, but if it's another carry-on, you need to put it in your backpack or in your suitcase." So I had to like stuff it. I wasn't going to tell him it was a medical device. I had to like stuff it in my backpack, and it's pretty big, dude.
Yeah, no, it's not. It's hefty, man. It's kind of, it's thick.
It's a lunchbox.
It's a lunchbox. It really is a lunchbox.
It's a hat protector.
I had
A freaking $100 hat.
Now I have too many of these hats, so I can't have to pick
You
now.
could only you have to wear one and bring 2. Only 2 fit in that.
No, it's 3.
Well,
It's what it says. 3, 2 comfortably. 3 is if you're pushing it.
yeah, 3 is like the top of the crown.
I
and
got
the
that
one's gonna
thermal one.
smush.
That thing is warm. I like that one. I should have gotten the one that's like the
Red and black.
the lumberjack one.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah, they're
man.
sick.
But yeah, marketing, man. Anybody, don't look it up.
Please
To be honest, don't look it up. If we
There's
get sponsored
freaking
by them,
amazing hats too, though.
dude, we'll get sponsored by them one day. I swear. Them and Jabra. Still working on the Jabra one.
Jabber from 10 years.
Exactly. Which brings me to our next thing. Dude, use Jabra for my call night. I wasn't
What call night?
last night.
Last night?
Last night's call night.
What do we have?
Easy home search community conversion call night. It was great. I had a blast.
Yeah,
I
man, it was
sat
cool.
there
You had
spinning in my chair.
the what's
Captain hat on.
Captain hat. Yeah. Pilot hat.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something every single call night.
Yeah, we should show up and like pull some good filters.
Something different every time. Should have done it. Should have streamed it directly to Facebook.
Can't do that.
Can't we?
No,
Why not?
because it's for clients.
Oh yeah, can we do it from the Easy Home Search group though?
I mean, we could.
Oh no, there's other people in there.
There's other people in there.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I know you posted that, and then some people were on there. Ryan.
Yeah, Ryan Rourke.
Send me the link next time.
I'm like, all right, Ryan, I got you.
Yeah, got you. Bye, Kelly.
That's so funny. But
So,
yeah,
what'd you think?
I mean, I loved it. It was my first time dialing since I did. It's been like a year since I dialed. Remember, I joined Reside with you. Like all of a sudden, they're like, all right, Travis is gonna dial, and then I dialed and then get like I had one person answer the phone. That was
not
so
good.
bad, man.
And you were on camera the whole time.
We were just sitting there. I'm like, Preston, this is awkward. I was glad though that it wasn't like that this time. The call
Yeah.
night was great because it was like everybody was on there. I mean, you had
Yeah.
Georgia Evans on there, Jamie Seneca. You know what I mean? You had like
Her
who
team
else?
was on there.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
her team
cool.
was on there.
Yeah.
Same with Chris Warren. His team was
Yeah,
on
you
there.
know
It
what's
was
cool
good.
too? Like Jamie, they planned on doing a call night, right? Like they planned on starting doing a call
Mm-hmm.
night. They're like, hey, we'll just do the call night the night y'all do a call night. So she had her team in the office. I think they had the most appointments. I think they set
Between all of them, like
5 or 6 appointments,
yeah,
something like that.
at 5 different ages.
Yeah,
too.
she actually texted me after. She said we set an appointment after as well. So, but yeah, they did really well. They it's going to be cool too. I mean, we only had like, if you count the people that logged in and the teams, we probably had 25 people on there. Because I think we had about 15 people logged in total. And then, some of the people that logged in, their team was in the office of 5, 6, 7, however many. I think Jamie had probably 6 or 8.
Yep.
Somewhere like that.
Yep.
But yeah, it was cool, man. We'll do it twice a month. And
It was good to have. I mean, even Nikki though, right before we went like 10 minutes before, and she was able to tell everybody like seasonal objections that you'll run into and like what you should do to overcome it. Like that was super good because I was just like, I don't know what's going on right now.
yeah.
But no, it was good to like have her like introduce all that stuff.
Yeah,
and,
and we'll do that every time where we either have Nikki or Greg or somebody pop in that's a leader. Maybe I'll get John to pop on there and, pump people up.
Well, then Travis McClure crushed it when it comes to hosting it. He had his own little spreadsheet and everything. He was
Hey,
ready.
he's
He
rolling.
was going, having a blast. There was one point though, because like the way that my setup was done was I had Zoom on my on the monitor, same with where the voice was coming out. So like I'm in the middle of a call having a conversation.
He's
Travis is like, we just got another appointment. The guy's like, what? I'm just like, oh no. So I kind of figure out a way
Yeah,
to mute
that's.
him.
I'm gonna mention that to him today. He kept hopping on there and talking. I'm like, these people are calling
I
from
know.
their computer.
I was like, oh no, I can't hear what this man just said. And I was just like,
Yeah, so if you, for the people that are listening, the way we set it up was we zoomed in, everybody zoomed in, and typically when you're calling, majority are calling from Follow Up Boss. Follow Up Boss is on your computer, and you mute the Zoom, and then you call.
Yeah.
You call from Follow Up Boss, which you're using headphones, your desktop, whatever. Some people might have been on a laptop and had it on a TV. That's, you're not going to have the issue there. But Travis McClure hopped on and was like, oh, we got another appointment. And I'm just like, oh, God, those people calling from their computer, that just blasted through.
No, I figured out how to fix it though. So it was really pretty. It was pretty simple because like all you have to do is once you're calling and dialing, you have it set up for your microphone and your headset to the browser. Then you can set Zoom to just be through your monitor. So I was able to fix it, but it was like the first time I was like on the middle of this call and like trying to get crucial information, and all of a sudden Travis like, we got another one. I'm just like, oh no, what is happening now? So no, but it was good though. It's good though to have him there, just like hype everybody up, which was fun. And like we were just cracking jokes. Like Nick Smith, Cliff Lewis's team was there.
Yeah.
It's like it was fun just to have people in there like laughing at the fact that I got yelled at by this guy, and it was so funny. I ran into a really awkward situation, and this guy answers the phone. He's like, who is this? And I was like, oh, is this Vicky? I'm like, this is not Vicky. As I say this, I couldn't figure it out. And then he's like, this isn't Vicky. I'm like, scroll down. I saw the relationship was with the husband. I was like, is this Lou? He's like, yeah, what's this about? I was like, oh, I just sent Vicky over some properties in Myrtle Beach. She's like, she didn't tell me anything about looking in Myrtle Beach. I was like, do you have family in Myrtle Beach? He's like, my brother's in Myrtle Beach. I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm like, did she not tell you about this? She's like, she hasn't mentioned anything about Myrtle Beach. I'm like, this is about to be a super awkward conversation. I'm like, do you think she's wanting to go to Myrtle Beach? Yeah, he was like, do you hear him in the background? He's like, Vicky, are you looking at property? And she's like, I mean, I was just looking at some houses out there. I was like, you guys close with your brother? I'm like, is this? He's like, well, I mean, we go down and visit him all the time. I'm like, oh, thank God. I'm like, this is not about to be one of those things like some family affair.
Some Jerry Springer
I know.
stuff.
Oh my gosh, you leaving him for your brother? That is brutal.
Oh, wow.
But no, it was fun. I mean, it was good. It's good to get back on the phones and dial again. You feel rusty, but it's
What
just
was
like riding
the
a bike, man.
what was the big takeaway?
Big takeaway is you actually have to put in the effort because, I mean, if you are just going to dial, like, I mean, I sat there on a dialer, single line dialer, FUB, for an hour, 60 minutes straight, 108 dials, 5 people picked up the phone. 5 people picked up the phone in an entire hour. And this isn't like a cold database.
Yeah.
This is a warm ass database of people that have come back to the website that have looked like within the last like 5 minutes. Like literally, I think every single person out of the 108 people I dialed, every single person was back on the website in the last week. So like all good phone numbers, good information. Last week they were all on the website, and 108 people, 5 people picked up the phone.
So what with that, what would your recommendation be?
You gotta get.
Well, one, you got to show up.
Yeah, one, you have to actually.
I
be
mean,
there.
come on. We had freaking 20 people, and there's probably part of Easy Home Search over 1,000 agents.
Yeah, exactly. Oh
Show
yeah, for
up.
sure. Yeah, just
You could make it is one thing. You know, I was thinking about it last night, and I won't go too deep into
no,
it.
go
but,
deep in it. You should.
But it is not hard to be successful.
It's really not.
Like if you show up for call night, or show up to call, or daily do the things, you're ahead of 90% of the people. You think of like Greg's, like the Greg Harrelsons out there, right? There ain't a whole lot of Greg Harrelsons coming up today.
No, not at all.
You
Not
know,
the slightest.
I mean, there's not a whole lot of dogs that'll get in there and do the work. And, you know, it's all, how can we automate this? How can we have somebody call for us? How can we do the least amount of work to make the most amount of money?
Oh yeah.
So if you're willing to go in there and show up and call and do the work, everybody on social media is a superstar.
Everybody.
Everybody's committed.
Everybody's product's the
sharing.
best.
Everybody's doing all the work, and then it comes down to doing the work. None of them show up.
Yep. Yep.
It's freaking pisses me off.
Dude, it makes me so bad.
It's just, you know, it's like we'll continue to do these, and we'll continue to have the teams because we want to be for the teams that are it's a small percentage. Like we want to be with the ones that are going to do the work, put in the work, make the calls. And leaders, I mean, I know leaders, a lot of them are successful people, but get your freaking agents to show up.
Yep.
That's part of being a leader. Get your people to show up and do the work.
Yep.
You know, call them out. I mean, show up there with them. Call beside them. You just show up.
Yeah. No, I had a great conversation with the
Show up
CEO this
and,
morning about
yeah,
that.
you just show up and do the work, and you'll have success. It's not hard.
No, he even asked me. He said, he's like, how do you get them, like, for instance, like Money Time Pawn? He's like, how do you get them to like show up and do their shift that they signed up for? I'm like,
Find others.
I said, that's what I said. He said, is this one of those things where he's like, is this where John always says, keep fucking recruiting? I'm like, yeah.
Find more
I'm like,
people.
that's literally what it is.
Yeah,
He's
find
like,
more people. Find people. There's people out there that want to work. You know, it's just that's the
You gotta
thing.
surround
man.
yourself by
You
the
got to
people.
keep churning. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, find people. Surround yourself surround yourself with people that motivate you. You know, that encourage you to do good things. And if you continue to do, I mean, you can't. There's a lot of fake ass leaders out there too.
oh, it's insane
There's a lot of fake ass leaders out there that say they do all these things, and then it comes down to it, they don't do it.
at all.
So, I mean, we'll continue to do those. I mean, it was a lot of fun. We want to continue to bring the things forward that we could help the teams and companies that are part of Easy Home Search be successful, but show up.
Yeah.
Show up.
It's kind of funny because I think it was Scott that was talking to me about how Greg was saying 3 hours a day. 3 hours a day is all you need. Like 15 hours a week. 15 hours a week, you can make well over six figures as a real estate agent.
Well, you listen to Greg's, the one thing he did with John, and he talked about it, and he gave the framework for being successful. And as he's going through it, I'm like 99.9% of people will not do this because he was 8 to 11. And then on Wednesday, you call in the afternoon, the people didn't answer, and you do that twice a week. And then one time a week, you call at night. And every week you do the same thing. Nobody's doing that.
Nobody's doing that at all.
That's what I'm saying. Like it's, you know, he's old school Mike Ferry training, and it's just, they're not going to do it. They'd rather, I'm going to go become a social media influencer and I'm going to sell a bunch of stuff. You can do it.
Yeah,
You
for sure.
can do it, but there's a small percentage of people that are successful with it.
Yeah.
And they're committed. I mean, they're committed to content. They're committing to putting things out there. I mean, there's obviously, you don't have to do the things that you did 30 years ago when you're taking a phone book and that was your CRM, your Rolodex, whatever it was. But, you know, you still have to put in the work. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to use AI to do everything.
Yep.
And that's why texting, you know, for you is a big part of, like, you know, if it was me and I had a 3-hour window, just knowing the things I know and seeing you and Nikki and everything else, my first hour or 30 minutes would be preparing on who I'm going to call.
Yep.
The next 30 minutes would be texting all of them.
All of them.
The next 30 minutes would be responding to texts.
Yep.
The next hour and a half would be calling that list.
Yep.
You know, or next hour, whatever it is, however long it takes me. And then the last 30 minutes would be, you know, so prepare yourself. You can't just go in there and randomly pull. I think if you do a good job of preparing yourself for success, you'll have success instead of just going in there and blindly calling.
Yep.
You know, obviously, you know, Greg talked about expireds, and, you know, obviously that's a whole different scenario. But, we talk a lot about buyer leads because we generate so many buyer leads and we have so much website activity. It's pretty easy. We could do that. Not everybody could do that.
Yeah.
But it's most teams or companies have a database that are just sitting there growing cobwebs because nobody's calling it.
Yep. No, it's true. It is really true. It's interesting because it's always like people will talk a lot and post a lot and say all these different things, but it's like when we have a call night, we have 20 people there. It's like, you know what I mean? It's
There's
just,
a lot of things you realize when you become a vendor or a coach.
oh man,
How many people are so
I
fake.
said that to Travis McClear. I was like, man, I lose a lot of respect just pretty quickly.
Yeah, it's just, and it's what it is, right? But unfortunately, it's not going to help you make a bunch of money.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. But I mean, it's just holding people accountable to what you're asking them to do. I mean, especially if you're have a team right now, it's not easy. You know what I mean? Like,
No, it's not, dude. It's grind, man. Right now, the last 12 months, the last 18 months. I mean, this is it. We're in it, right? Like
Yeah.
this is not fun.
yeah.
Like this is not fun times. But these are the times that you could get better.
Oh yeah.
And a lot of times in these times, people do the opposite. They slow down. They do less. And you got to do the total opposite. You got to do 2 to 3 times the amount of work
Yep.
for the same amount of income,
Yep.
or hope you get to the same amount of income you had a couple of years ago.
Yeah. And it's like the teams that are doing great are doing great again this year. You know what I mean? And those are the ones that have doubled down.
Well, they've doubled their freaking staff.
Yeah.
Of agents.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I shouldn't say staff, but they've grown their team size. They've done all the things. That is the only way. There's maybe there are some, very few that are the exact same size they were last year or 2 years ago and have done the same amount of business.
Yeah.
The ones that have grown, you know, Tony Hansen, I mean, he's grown, 130 agents in the
Yeah.
last 12 months?
Oh yeah.
And he's done twice as much business, or will do close to twice as much business. It ain't because his agents have become that much resourceful, you know, that they've become that much better
Yeah.
and closing that much more. It's just they've gotten bigger.
Oh yeah. For sure.
So it's, you know, that's what it is. I mean, if you want to make more money and do more volume, then you have to have more agent count.
Agreed. Yeah. That's what it comes down to. And it's, you want
you know,
people to do the
and
work.
I've had the conversation with a few team leaders lately that I've told them, maybe you're not cut out to run a team. Maybe just go back to selling yourself with 1 or 2 other agents. And, you know, I mean, great. They're great in production. You know, they'll do 30, 40 million a year themselves, 20 million a year, but maybe they're not cut out leading people.
Yeah. It's interesting.
You know, if you could be a solo agent and sell 20, 30 million a year yourself,
Yeah.
get an assistant, just do that yourself. If you're struggling managing a team, you know, maybe a team doesn't make sense.
Well, as we said it before, it's like great sales agents don't sometimes make good team leaders.
No, they don't. Business leaders, team leaders, business people. You got to be willing to get punched in the face over and over again, over and over again, and be okay with it. I just don't get stressed, man. I don't.
No, I know you don't. And it terrifies me sometimes.
I don't get. I used to. It's not. You know, it's not a quality that I had from the very beginning. It's just like I've been run over so many times. It's just like, hey, you know, whatever.
We'll come out okay on the other side.
Yeah, we'll just continue. Well, because I know I'm going to continue working hard. It's not going to change. The people around me will continue working hard, and we'll be okay.
Yeah. Nope. And that's, I mean, it's always fun to see. And that's why I always like even ask you, I'm like, it doesn't matter. Just keep going. Like,
Yep,
we'll just
that's
keep
it.
going.
That's it.
Don't try and change what we're doing. Just keep doing what we're doing.
Keep moving forward. Everybody's getting punched in the mouth along the way. Just deal with it and move on.
More people are just, and that's the thing, and that's what you say, everybody's getting punched in the mouth. Just, you don't see it.
Yeah.
You just need to know that that's what's happening around you. And
Yeah.
the people that will make it on the other side are like, oh, whatever happened to that one company? It's like, well, they fizzled out.
Yeah. Well, you just got to keep moving forward, man. That's it. Just keep moving forward, and you're going to deal with problems, you know, personal problems, business problems. Just can't cannot let them get in the way.
Yeah, for
you
sure.
know?
For
And
sure.
it's easy. So too many people get distracted because they can't deal with their own personal shit.
Yep. Absolutely. That makes
So what would be the 3 things from last night, or just obviously the last year? What would be the 3 things that you would like to leave our listeners with as far as, and, you know, being successful in a call night site structure, or, you know, call day, or whatever it is?
Yeah, I mean, one, obviously, show up. Showing up is the number one thing that you need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to, like, bounce back quickly, I think, like, what is, like, people would always say 5-second funeral.
Yeah.
like if something shitty happened, like you need to be able to bounce back quickly or get over it. Because like obviously,
you mean like the calls, like the bad call?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, for sure. Like I had a guy who literally was just like, "How did you even get my number?" and like wouldn't let me off the phone because he kept asking me. And I'm just like, "This is a terrible call right now." I'm so glad nobody's listening to this. But then I was able to get to the next call, and you know what I mean, it was a great call. So and then obviously being able to be coached, like have someone tell you what you're doing wrong and being able to like learn from it and move on and go next. You know what I mean, I ask Nikki all the time sometimes. I'm like, hey, when I'm getting on some of these calls, like I don't even know what I need to talk about with them anymore. And she'll be like, well, I'll listen to one of your calls. It's like, okay.
You know, really, and I think it's something that a lot of people struggle with is like doing role playing or you know, make your practice. What I tell people is make your practice so hard the actual live calls are easy.
Oh yeah.
You know, like do your practice in uncomfortable situations. Like do it in front of 50 people.
Yep.
Do it on a Zoom when Nikki's having the Zoom role playing. Do it there. If you could do it there, actually calling the people is easy.
Yep.
Right. Making the phone calls by yourself in a room or with headphones on in a group, it becomes easy at that point.
Yeah.
Like
That's why she takes it so serious.
Yeah.
That's why she takes her role play so serious. Is because like if you screw up here, that's fine. Like you can learn from your mistakes and move on.
You're more likely to screw up on role playing.
Yeah.
Because you're more nervous there than the actual live calls because you don't have 50 eyes on you.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why it's always funny to me. It's like she loves role play. It's for a reason. She's obsessed with it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's how people get good though. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And what were they saying? You practice way more than you will ever in a game, playing a game. So, yeah, it's stuff you take away with.
Cool. All right, man.
Cool. Appreciate all of you.
See y'all next time.
Bye.